and a kitchen. And all the fruits and vegetables are organic because they don't allow genetically modified stuff.
The people demand quality, and here we were sold on crap.
That's correct.
Just like McDonald's 50 years ago would put a trash can there and say thank you, and we like idiots would go throw our trash away and just lowering the standard.
Correct. So the bottom line is people in America just don't know anymore how things should be. I mean, we just don't get it. I mean, if you look at a cookbook in America, and it says this is home cooking, ingredients, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. That's not how you make something. You don't use a can of cream of mushroom soup in a homemade recipe.
You know what? I disagree with you. We're going to have you arrested for saying what a home-cooked meal is. You don't have free speech. You don't have free speech, Kevin Trudeau. Kevin, in closing, I know I gave the number out. We have loaded phones. I forgot to go to your calls, and I'm going to let Kevin go here in a moment. But Kevin, when you get back to the U.S. or in the next couple of weeks or in the next month, can we have you back up and take calls?
Yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is when I get back, I'll call you. I'll fly down to Austin for a couple of days. I'll come on the show. You and I will have a chance to have a good meal and a beer and have some fun as well.
Man, I can't wait to meet you in person, and I'm really glad that we got in touch through Mancow, and it's just been wonderful having you here. Folks can also go to your kind of master portal website, KevinTrudeau.com, and that goes to the entire family of sites. And you're not just the king of infomercial. You started the Golf Channel and a bunch of other channels. Kevin Trudeau, an amazing individual. Trudeau is spelled Trudeau. So KevinTrudeau.com or naturalcures.com. And what's the big mega information site name again?
That's the Global Information Network, globalinformationnetwork.com.
Well, just an incredible hour and a 20-minute conversation with Kevin Trudeau. And we hope that, well, you know what? They've told him he has no free speech, but he's saying, you know what? I'm innately free. He's speaking out. He's ignoring what they've said. And we salute you, Kevin Trudeau. We'll talk to you very soon.
Sounds great. Have a great day, Alex.
All right, let me say bye to you during this break, and I'll let you get back to what you're doing there in Germany. Stay with us, folks. Masses of news coming up.
We're on.
Yeah, about a year ago, it was Rob Jacobson said, you want to do infomercials like Kevin Trudeau. And I said, you know, man, I can barely figure out how to balance my checkbook and move into a bigger office, but we've gotten to the next level. We just need the support to go to the level after that. And Kevin Trudeau is definitely something else. The guy does make millions of dollars a year. And I was talking to him during the breaks. He's probably listening right now. Mr. Trudeau, he really knows the show. He really listens to it routinely. It's incredible. And I found out at one of the large parties in Japan has meetings watching my videos, you know, in the parliament offices. And Bilderberg Group members know who I am and track and follow what I do. Estelin told me about a Bilderberg Group person who saw the Obama deception, but he didn't expressly say I could talk about it. He told me not to talk about the people that bought Terminator or putting out Terminator and then his movie, and now they're announcing it. 2 years ago, I didn't talk about it. I mean, who can make this stuff up? It's just too weird. My wife thinks we live in the Matrix or something. I mean, a literal Matrix. She's starting to think that, not just a phony left-right Matrix. You know, I mean, you know, this is all a delusion. I'm not a syndicated radio talk show host. I'm already in Hollywood films. I haven't made some of the most viral internet videos. I don't know all these people. Because the stuff I can't talk about on air is 10 times wilder than what you were just hearing on air. And then meanwhile, at night last night, I was just all sitting there for hours. I couldn't sleep, writing notes and thinking about the New World Order and all these things I wanted to impart to humanity about the nature of the human spirit and our future and all this news I wanted to cover, and literally 50 articles I printed off and was going to cover each one on air today, and the whole show just blew past us. And we covered a lot. But it's just crazy. Meanwhile, for all my petty power, I can't get rid of the fruit flies here in the office. The stuff Trudeau was telling me off air. Oh, my God. And you know, I believe all of that because I know he jet sets around with those people. But to have Trudeau on here talking about Bilderberg Group meeting, and that's exactly who they'd want there, is people that have this influence outside their control. They usually have about 7 to 15 members of the press or alternative media they try to get there. And of course, they would have Kevin Trudeau there. But he was basically saying he was at the German meeting 4 years ago. So, in Rotterdam. Okay, you know what? I said I'd take calls. By the way, John, I was busy. Did you ever check what gold is today? Well, here, I'm just going to do that right now myself. I'm just going to check this because I want to know what it is. I mean, it exploded last week, and I didn't even cover it. I mean, it's up like 80-something, 90-something dollars. Yeah, click on that for me. Just absolutely incredible. Oh, it's down $3 at $9.52, which is up 52 and 20, $72 from 2 weeks ago. So just amazing that that is going on. You know, I said I would do justice to this. Hey, will you call Rob Doing here? Because I want to take calls here at the end of the show. But I want to plan tomorrow's show and make some promises. Because I filled up like 2 notebooks of points I wanted to make the last few months. And then last night, I didn't have a notebook in bed. I was turning the light on and writing in the back of a Pitcairn's Island. We bring the blue notepad, my Pitcairn's Island. I finished that book last night at about 2 a.m. and I was scribbling with the light on. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm, my book, Pitcairn's Island, and my folder are sitting out there on the table. And there's all these important brainstorming points I've had. The biggest issue I've got to figure out is whenever I scribble this stuff so fast, it's hard to read later when I look at it. I've got all these notebooks, and then I filled up the back of this book with notes last night. And then I ran out of time, so I used a card by the bed to write notes. And Rob, dude, come on in here. I want to know what the schedule is tomorrow so I can come in, because these are important points. Or I may just start a thing like where I have a live video feed by my bed, because it's always when I'm trying to go to sleep that all this stuff's racing through my head and it all makes sense and I know how to explain it. Is it the same way for you guys? When you're going to bed at night, it's when your brain really works the best?
Definitely.
And I need to have a video cam there. And my wife's snoring. She doesn't snore too loud. It's kind of a cute little snore, like a little piglet or something. I'm like, she says I snore like a rhinoceros. I'll be like, stop it, I'm doing the video pod. In fact, I may rig my bedroom up with a camera. I'll be like on the pillow, my hair sticking up. I'll turn to the side and make points. What's the schedule tomorrow so that I know when I can mark off to come in here and cover this stuff?
You're going to be happy because it's wide open right now.
Good. I said keep some days open.
So I can keep tomorrow wide open, and we'll just book for Thursday and Friday.
Then I have a tendency just to run on at the mouth. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep tomorrow wide open. And then I'm going to come on and take calls, say, for the first hour. Then I'm going to do an hour-long rant on the nature of the universe from my perspective and what our true goals ought to be. Hey, that was a wild interview with Trudeau,
That was great. That was great. I've seen that guy on TV for years, and, he's just, you see him there, and that's it. But so tomorrow, Alex.
And I was talking to him. He knows, he listens to the show, must be all the time.
Yeah, he was talking about the John Perkins interview. So he listened to that.
No, he was saying he listens a lot when he's on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you could, when you got that much money, you can afford to get your information at any time.
Yeah, but I'm really flattered that how many people. It's kind of spooky, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even really covered this. We're attacked by the L.A. Times, which is the Ferris piece.
The Bloomberg,
New York Times, Variety, Washington Post, and literally probably 10 other things I didn't even print. I mean, and it's all BS.
It's all no fact.
It says I imagined that they pulled a fire drill on me, that I imagined men following me. It's all on record they did it.
Right.
I mean, they walk up to me and say, you better not pull fire alarms. We've had people pulling them and trying to steal vases in here. You're not. And then they walk off, and I go to my room, and they pull the fire alarm on me. And then I'm weird for freaking out. And then we have them following us off the grounds.
Yeah.
And Secret Service with earpieces on video, and they're saying it doesn't exist. Rob, I mean, they're so... Or maybe they're not discredited. Maybe the public's so dumb and wants to feel like they're elitist making fun of me. Right. See how that mind's... Oh, look at this poor schizophrenic. He believes in an elite.
Just go with the system. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, these are really pathetic.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean...
I feel sad for Danny. I think he was a little upset that he got cut out of the New World Order film. But I agree with him. It is somewhat of a distortion and kind of a hit piece, so he ought to be happy. He says he is happy he's not in it.
And, I think he could have lended more credibility to it. I thought...
Well, he is a genteel fellow, but I do think it got it. That's what people were asking, why his feathers got out of, ruffle there. Yeah. I don't control what some film crew does.
Right.
I didn't even really remember that they'd mentioned they'd interviewed Estelin years ago. Film crews come, they go.
We've had a lot of them in here.
They're always hit pieces.
Yeah.
This one was one of the lesser hit pieces.
Well, I don't. We haven't seen the conspiracy hunters from Australia. We haven't seen their piece yet.
I don't think that's a hit piece.
Yeah.
They sent me books. Their family